Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today we have a 6K ladder game. It's a GM game sent to me through Discord. It's going to be Railgan versus ZipperTheFly. Here on Oxide, the ladder edition. New map, and I figured you'd want to see it. Bottom left-hand corner, it is the Red Terran player, ZipperTheFly, which name, I think I recognize that name, and in the top right, it is Railgan, the blue Zerg player. Railgan has his own Twitch stream, his own YouTube channel, and he makes guides for spawningtool.com for Zerg players. So, if you're struggling, go ahead and go to lotv.spawningtool.com, and look at Zerg strategies, and you will see Railgan's name. And pool first here from Railgan against Terran. I know he goes pool first against Protoss, but we'll have to see what shenanigans he has for this dude. Man, ZipperTheFly. I think I've cast a game with him. Not entirely sure if he won or lost, but anyway, 18 hatch here from Railgan. And I wasn't paying attention to when the spawning pool was going down, but it was very early. Alright, let's see what he can do here with this early pool against a Terran player at the GM level. Got a Reaper coming out because, you know, it's TVZ. Reapers are very common. Man, I would look for ZipperTheFly, but I don't. I've cast too many games. My brain is not working very well. I love the SCV. The SCV coming in on a roundabout way to see the hatch timing and see if there are already lings out. And now he knows. Lings are out, so that means the hatch is not done, which means the Reaper needs to stay home, which means the Reaper is not going to do anything aggressive. He's here to make sure that this command center finishes. Beautifully done. ZipperTheFly knows how to play this game. Which, again, he's Grandmaster, so obviously he does. There's your Roach Warren, man. That is a sub 2-minute start on that Roach Warren. That is dead fast here. Did he skip speed for that? Oh my gosh, he skipped speed. Okay, here we go. 3 Roach Rush. 3 Roach Rush-a-Rooney coming in at you. Very possible. Let's see what we get. 2 Roaches in production. Do we get the third? Larva says yes, maybe. We're making a couple drones too. Surprised there's only 2 Roaches. Usually 3 Roaches are good. He's actually even getting a bunker right now, and his factory's almost done. He might be able to have a tank out before these Roaches arrive, and that is just the absolute way to counter this. Like, I've tried this build a couple times before, and it seems like the Terran reads it perfectly, and then he's like, I'm just going to get a tank behind a bunker, and the tank will shell your Roaches and murder them to death. So for some reason, 2 Roaches on the way. I'm not sure if this is a new build from Railgan or what, but he's getting a sub 3-minute hive. Or, sorry, lair. So, lair coming in. Ay, caramba. I love the spinning logo here from Railgan. It's always makes me laugh. It's the Hydralisk with the warping in pylon eyes. Just makes him look crazy. But yeah, I think the goal here is going to be... Yeah, there's your tech lab. 1 Hellion into a tech lab, into a siege tank. The Roaches are going to try to get a bit of a run by, but that's 4 Marines in a bunker at the top of a ramp. That is rough. The Roaches can't sit out here and fire on it because they need the vision. If they get the vision, they die. This is why ramps are so good for defense in StarCraft 2 and in StarCraft 1 and really any RTS. Ramps are going to be really nice. Banshee coming in. I like this from ZipperTheFly. So instead, he swaps the starport onto the tech lab, goes for Cloak Banshee and says, I don't even need tanks. Let's see what we can do to murder this dude, because honestly, it's 2 base to 2 base right now. Third base, maybe going to get up here from Railgan, but he is already 2 base in it to 2 base in it. It's 32 to 35 workers. Railgan's up, but not as much as he wants to be at this stage of the game, and he put a lot into that early Roach pressure, didn't get anything done with it, didn't sack the Roaches, right? You don't just want to throw those away for nothing. Bring them home for base defense against potential Hellions, or, you know, defense against Banshees, which they're going to be bad at. They're also getting stim, so I feel like we're going to go bio here, which, again, is the current meta. We have seen some mech attempts, but it's hard to work against the pros. That said, it might work fairly well against a GM-level player. Let's see if that's what we get or not, but into Spire. Oh, Spore Crawler there. Into Spire. Spire! Up here in the natural base. Railgan has become a self-styled Mutoman in the past, so he's pretty good with Mutalisks. We'll see if that can work. It's going to be great against the Banshees. No questions there. Roach Mutalisk against Banshee Hellion is actually kind of incredible. The Hellion's checking to see, is there a base over here? The answer is no. Third base up at the 12 o'clock. Is there enough to kill this creep tumor? Yes! Ah, it's so frustrating. You want the creep. You want the creep. Every tumor that dies in the first 5-10 minutes is going to slow down your creep spread immensely over the remainder of the game. That's brutal. But Spire going to finish up here. Banshees are heading on out. Yeah, Spire's going to be done. Spores up. Do we have an Overseer? Yes, we have an Overseer. Roach is chasing away this Hellion Reaper style thing, and 5 mutas in production as the Banshees come in. Like, this is extremely tight timing for Railgan. And Spore Queen going to be enough to buy enough time for the mutas to come out, I think. The Overseer is going to follow these suckers around, make sure they don't get anything crazy done. And then the mutas are going to pop, like, right in just the gosh darn nick of time here. That Spore positioning is really good, too. Queen focusing on the wounded Banshee is really nice, and then the mutas arrive, and that's going to be all she wrote. These Banshees are toast. That one's done. This one might actually escape, but only got 1 total kill, and Railgun crushing that just by getting the Spire out, having an Overseer, and now he's droning up. It's like, you know what I don't have to worry about? It's a big bio push, because a lot of resources and a lot of tech went into those cloaked Banshees. I shut them down, now I can drone my face off. ZipperTheFly does have a 3rd CC, but it is still inside the main base. He's worried about Mutalisks. He's worried about Roaches. He doesn't have much bio-wave or ground army. It's a bunch of Marines and a single tank. Oh, there's a Changeling here looking at everything that comes out. So Stim is done for these Marines, but we're working on 1-1 for infantry upgrades as well as combat shield. They're just not here yet. So the Mutas are going to head on down this left side. Is he really going heavy into Muta? I don't know, but he found these Hellions. He's going to bruise them up quite a bit. Chase them on down. There you go. Chase them down. Hellions, they know they're dead, so might as well scout out something. Maybe get a kill here, see how many drones are up, see how many extractors are running. He does get a timing check on that. 3rd base is landed in the meantime, though. So ZipperTheFly's got a bunch of Marines for anti-Mutalisk play. 4th base coming up for Railgun all along the top side, really expanding just as far as he can from the Terran player. I guess this base is technically further away than this one would be, but that's okay. It's still pretty darn far away, and I'm gonna guess he's really worried about Widow Mines. He didn't bring an Overseer with him, so he's worried about Widow Mines just smashing him in the face. Ooh, that bunker's empty. So, alright, we're just gonna try to get some damage here, kill a couple Marines, and get on out. Kill an SCV building a supply depot. Excellent, excellent job there. ZipperTheFly is not supply blocked. He was making that in advance. What's the follow-up here from Railgun? More and more Roaches. Roachman, Mutamen, and an Infestation Pit coming in. Ravagers here too. Changeling's getting made, like, at his own base. He's going to walk them clear across the map to see what they can see, but I feel like they're going to expire before they get too much information. Although, I don't know. This is actually pretty short distance from base to base here on Oxide. Got some high ground vision perches there. Seems like Blizz is getting away from the gold base shenanigans. Don't really feel like they want to do those as much, which, okay, that's fine. I mean, those came in a long time ago. Oh, this is enough mutas to take down this turret. It maybe is if there's no repair happening and there's no Marine support. But Roach Ravager are going to do really well against Terran until about the 12-minute mark. So this is a really nice mid-game play for Railgun. He's going to smash that Marine Marauder tank stuff and feel good about it. Additional 13 Roaches in production. Hive coming up a little bit later than I thought it would, considering how fast the Infestation Pit came in. But we do have a Lurker Den. So he's going for them Lurkers. He's pushing. Gets a tank with Corrosive Bile. And yeah, I mean, these are 1-1 Marines. These are not 2-2 Marines or almost 3-3 Marines. These are 1-1 Marines that are almost 2-2-ish. Kinda. About 50% complete on that upgrade. So Roaches and Ravagers are going to trade well. They've got 1-1 themselves. The Siege tanks are a problem against the Roaches. They do bonus damage versus armored. More Changelings coming in, just trying to see what is what here. And nice target firing on those Changelings. He saw them. And he killed them before they got close enough to see what they wanted to turn into, which was going to be Marines. These Changelings die too, but they do check the gas and see the tanks and everything else that is here. So, I'm going to go Lurkers, which, again, hard to pull off, right? We've seen it done really well by players like Raynor, especially at the professional level against Terran players. Is Railgun going to be able to pull this off? That is a question that I do not have an answer to. Anyway, welcome to the new StarCraft 2 channel. If you haven't been here already, hit that subscribe button. We're just trying to grow it. I know I don't talk a lot about subs on the old channel, but since this is new and I am back starting over from square one here on my sub count, hit subscribe if you're here. I do StarCraft 2 casts and posts Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays is the current schedule. Ah, that group gets taken down. Hydralisk's in the mix now, obviously, because I have a Lurker Den. Hydras are in play. So immediately going for the range upgrade for the Lurkers, because of course we have a Hive. That is a Hive upgrade. You need to get the Hive first. Pushing in here with just a large group of bio, and that's the problem. The Roast Ravager really starts to lose its effectiveness against this. Starting about 11 minutes to 12 minutes is when things start to go bad. But if you have this much, you can kind of overwhelm the Roach Ravager, or the bio with your Roach Ravager, and then have a good time with it. Again, countering is a question of equal value, right? If it's 1-to-1 equal value, and one thing counters the other, it means it Raffle Stomps it. But if you have 5-to-1 from the position of the not valued unit, you're going to be just fine, because you outnumber it 5-to-1 anyway. That's generally how it works. There are obviously some exceptions. ZipperTheFly taking a 4th base, Planetary Fortress here at 11 minutes. Down here at that 6 o'clock position. 3-3 getting started from ZipperTheFly, considering how late the upgrades were. Is 3-3 starting now is pretty good. Adaptive Talons on the way from Railgun 2. Corrosive Biles dodged pretty ably by ZipperTheFly. Attack coming up the left side, right into Lurkers, though. The dodging is actually pretty impressive. I mean, Lurker spines are not like they were in Brood War. It seems like it's a lot easier to dodge them. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Meanwhile, drop inside the main base, unloading right on top of a spine and a queen and another spine. But guess what? These are 2-2 dudes. Oh, the medevac gets picked off by the spores. 2 spores in this location. 3 spores in this location. Going to help immensely. Adaptive Talon's not quite done, so that slow burrow on the Lurker was on display for all to see. But these will be fast burrowing Lurkers sooner rather than later. This is so much creep. This is so many creep tumors. Railgun doing a great job with that creep spread. Faux show. Getting +1 melee attack, interestingly enough. I don't know what for, but look how bad Lurkers die when they're being directly engaged by Marines and Marauders. It's really bad news bears for them. That's why you want a Roach Ravager support or Ling Baneling support or some kind of support. Just Mass Lurker's not going to do it. Not against these guys. These guys are strong. The Marines don't take bonus damage from the Lurkers. The Marauders do, but they also do bonus damage to the Lurkers. So it's kind of a trade situation there. Railgun taking a 5th base, as ZipperTheFly's 4th base is up and running and has been for some time. Yeah, he's supplementing here with Zerglings, and he wants the attack upgrades for that reason. Actually going for Enhanced Shockwave right now. Ooh, caught some tanks unsieged. Nice scan, recognizing the Lurkers are a concern. And a couple tanks go down, but it really should not be a situation where we're going to get through this at all. So transfuses by queens that are just barely off creep. They're going to try to spread that creep even further out this way. There's the bio want to try to change it. I don't know that they do. And we got a nuke in production. So triple Ghost Academy. We're moving into nukes for ZipperTheFly. We have not seen an attempted mass nuke strategy against Zerg by a GM player, I don't think, ever. The last time we saw it, I think it was Innovation versus Serral on a map I can't even remember the name of. But he just constantly nuked the edges of the creep, constantly got good trades, really wore Serral down, and won the game. Spoiler alert. So I think ZipperTheFly may have been a little inspired by that. Target firing the Lurkers because they're so expensive. You got to have a Hydra first and then upgrade it to a Lurker, which is even more gas and minerals. Yeah, Lurkers dying is no bueno for Railgun. He's lost 12 of them already. It is 12,500 resources lost for Railgun, 12,500, 11,800 for ZipperTheFly. The Creep Queens are a bit of a priority target, but not to the point you want to lose everything to try to kill them. Creep Tumors going down. That egg died so fast. Nice abduct. Nice abduct on the tank there. Very beautifully done by der Railgun. Creep spread down this left side looking pretty fantastic. Down the right side looking pretty good here too. This has been a pretty nuts game. I mean, average APM for these players, 274 for Railgun, 341 for ZipperTheFly. Maybe I've cast like a Man, maybe it was even a Minrick Madness game with ZipperTheFly. Look how far he's come. ZipperTheFly, if you see this, send me more of your replays. I feel like I've cast you before. We'll figure it out. So there we go. Abducting the tanks into a group of lurkers. That's how you handle siege tanks. That's how you handle Thors. In the strategy, 2 more nukes in production. I told ya, he's using these nukes. You don't build 3 Ghost Academies just to make 1 or 2 nukes at a time and just have fun with it. You're making 3 nukes at a time. Well, having 3 at least. Right side base from Railgan coming up. Engagement, middle of the map. It's a surround. It's a trap. Lurkers burrowing in the backside and abduct death tanks everywhere. No happiness for them at all. Beautiful 360 surround there from Railgun. That is how you win as Zerg. I'm telling you, those surrounds are integral and key to your ability to win against both Protoss and Terran. If you're trying to attack just full speed ahead, directly at them, headbutting them, you're not going to have a good time with it. But surrounds serve the purpose of misdirecting their splash damage multiple directions at once instead of concentrating on your one spot you are, and preventing them from retreating, right? That's a big deal, is the retreating. That really is something that Terrans buy a lot of value in, is stutter stepping away from the target. And if you surround them, they can't do that. And they're gonna die. Additional ghosts in production. Personal cloaking just now finishing up. So it might be time to cloak and toss down some nukes. Oh, these ghosts kind of wandering into battle, though that's not what they want to do whatsoever. And another tank goes down, but a lot of stuff is dying here for Railgun. He's trying to keep the pressure on ZipperTheFly, so that ZipperTheFly doesn't end up putting the pressure on him. But man, these bases. Zipper's at 86 army supply, 88 army supply to 112 for Railgun, 78 to 79 workers. Both players. Actually, no, Railgun's maxed out. Zipper's at 166 supply. His tanks are sitting there at +3 attack too. Really nice upgrades that way. Having 3/3 infantry and +3 attack on your tanks is real nice against Zerg who's going ground. As we're seeing here, Railgun definitely going for that stuff. The Cloaked Ghost heading on up. We see you. Does Railgun see you is the question. He gonna triple nuke a base. Oh, that one decloaks to be bait, maybe? Oh, that's a lot of overlords, man. Maybe he was out of energy. Yeah, he was out of energy, but the 3 nukes on 3 separate bases at one time. How is Railgun gonna handle this? The answer is no drone pulls. Not at the natural base. A lot of overlords die there too, and Railgun's down to 148 supply. Bam! Several more drones go down there. We're looking at 23 drones killed. Yes, the ghosts died, but does it really matter? No, that was some really nice damage. And now Railgun, supply blocked by 40 supply, is trying to just make a counterattack. EMPs on the Vipers. Disgustingly good play out of ZipperTheFly. Steady targeting on the Hydralisk. They will one-shot them. They're pretty good against the Lurkers, too. They ignore armor. But ZipperTheFly is forced to retreat, pull back. He's doing the multiple command center, multiple orbital thing. Steady targeting on these Lurkers. Kind of tricky. But you can pull it off if you have that vision. You can see them when they are cloaked. Dang, the triple nuke attempt. 1 nuke gets spotted and shut down. The other 2 land. Railgun has not pulled the drones. The good news is the main base only had a couple drones working here anyway, so it wasn't a massive loss of life. This top left base would have been a better target for that, and probably this one too, which, again, Zipper doesn't know about. On that right side there. Zipper wants to expand left, but the creep is down here because Railgun's creep spread has been bonkers this game. It's been very, very good. Again, it's not a huge map, so the creep spread has been very good nevertheless. Lurkers stabbing away at them missile turrets. The range on these things is, again, as always, very, very long. It's 12 with the upgrade, which is one of the longest ranges of anything in StarCraft 2 for sure. Do we have enough Hydras for these Liberators? Yes. And the Lurker Spine's doing bonus damage versus that Planetary. Can they get it? No! Yes, they can. The SCVs cannot repair. They're taking splash damage from the Lurkers as they're trying to repair. The Spines are coming through the command center and the Planetary into their faces as they're hugging that building. base snipe, really important there. Help Railgan get back into this game. 193 to 132 supply. I guess retake a bigger lead in this game. He never lost the lead, but if you're at 200 supply each, it's difficult for the Zerg to win because their units are less cost efficient. With the exception, perhaps, of the Lurkers, which do splash damage and can do really well against things like siege tanks and get super good value for that. Look at all these ghosts coming up this ramp. I don't know if you want to engage in this. The Lurkers are not focusing on the steady targeting, getting some serious damage off. Ling's trying to break that, right? Because steady targeting is a channeled spell. If you hit the ghost at all while they're trying to cast it, it cancels it. So all you can do is try to steady target as much as possible. If it gets canceled, just try it again. Oh, these SCVs, though. That Lurker dies with 13 total kills. A hero Lurker, if there ever was one. Creep. Get to the creep. Queens, get to the creep. Actually, ghosts don't hit super hard versus queens. And the queens do have 3 armor, so that's nice. Makes them a little bit tankier than they otherwise would be. Alright, Adrenal Glands coming in. Baneling Nest on the way. Banelings could be a good answer to Ghosts. They don't do bonus damage versus them, but the splash damage on a bunch of clumped up Ghosts will interrupt the steady targeting very nicely. That's a lot of dead Ghost sounds. Medevac gets sniped. Oh, it came back just in time to catch a snipe to the face here. That siege tank dead. Takes a couple Hydras with it, but the pressure at this 6 o'clock base again is insane. This looks like a bad rally out of Railgan. But yeah, this orbital might be in trouble. Again, these are +3 attack Hydralisks. Trying to focus it down. The steady targeting. I mean, the Ghosts and the Lurkers are giving as good as they get against each other. This is such a scrappy little attack here from Railgan. It's not a ton of stuff, but it is enough stuff to crush through. Suddenly, it's 102 supply for ZipperTheFly. He's going to lose all these supply depots. Not going to supply block him, though. This base is dead. This base is dead. And suddenly, the only source of income ZipperTheFly has is over here at the 9 o'clock position. Ghosts are trying to defend against this, but I don't know. Also, I'm kind of surprised Zipper gave up on nukes, but he's been so on the back foot recently that it's really hard to also try to get some nukes off while you're defending non-stop. It's very hard to pull off. Another orbital command down. I mean, we're looking at 2 orbitals down, 2 planetaries down, no hatcheries killed today by Zipper. It's hard to win a game when you don't kill any Zerg bases at all. Yes, you got a nuke off. It was incredible. But it didn't kill a base. It killed a bunch of drones, and that was it. Killing bases is how you kill Zerg. I almost wish he just, like, triple nuked. How many nukes does it take to kill a hatchery? I know it's 4 for a Nexus, so 3 for a hatchery seems like it would make sense. I mean, the Hive has more HP, so... yeah, you know what? 3 nukes probably would have taken this down. This was the better target, though, right? This is the one that had all the workers at it. So Railgan just containing, right? He's just got creep here. He's got creep here. He's got creep here. Sliding down this left side, too. And what we're looking at is a very hemmed-in Terran player. I don't see him getting out of this, is what I'm trying to say. Hydralisk, Hydralisk. Trying to kill the Liberators. And they do, but there are like 12 ghosts here, so they all die. Man, that siege tank's alive with 1 HP and 8 kills. Good ratio. And Zipper coming up the right side here. Suddenly, killing Overseers. A scan would be so good, but his orbital count is not great. Is it 1? Is it uno? No. He's got one here, got one here. Just now has enough energy to go for a scan, but does he want to save it for something else? I don't know. I don't know how Railgan isn't just completely, like, dominating this game right now. He's up 24 supply, yes, but as we've said, less cost-efficient are the Zerg units compared to the Terrans. And Zipper only has 1 base of income, so I mean, income-wise, it's a 2-to-1 ratio for Railgan right now, which does not bode well for the Terran at all. Finally scans and kills a bunch of tumors, and he sneaks a ghost up here to nuke, which... I mean, he's going to get some drones. Railgan is at... never mind, the drones get pulled very smartly done. Nuke lands anyway. Such a pretty sight. And this little creep clearing squad coming up the right side here. I think that was a Liberator. He got caught out by the mass of army. ZipperTheFly knows there's a timer when you're on creep where the Zerg player knows that you're there and they will come try to kill you because you're clearing their creeps. You got to pull back. Pull back to the Liberators. Maybe try to expand to this 6 o'clock again, but it seems real dicey to make that attempt, you know? Creep tumors. Nope. Gonna knock through these rock debris. Give himself another attack path into the Terran, but ZipperTheFly is defending that pretty darn effectively. Now, the trick here is Railgan's mining out bases, right? He has a lot of the map, but really, this is the only mining base that he has. Okay, this one too. He's on 2 mining bases to ZipperTheFly's 1. And a 2-to-1 ratio in that situation is going to be okay for the Terran player. His units are a little more cost efficient. He can afford that kind of a discrepancy. Railgan, yeah, I was going to say he needs this base, and there it is. This is turning into a bit of a dicey game. Again, I thought Railgan had it completely under control during the attack where he came all the way into the natural base and started killing stuff, but he's is at 98 army supply. ZipperTheFly is at 111. The ghosts are problematic for his lurkers. No doubt. Like, ghosts are expensive, but lurkers are more expensive. A 1-to-1 ratio is not going to favor the lurkers in that situation. Yeah, this base getting mined out here and protecting his new source of income even as this one starts to get mined out. You can tell the minerals are glowing. This base getting mined out, the minerals are glowing even heavier in that situation. And he's just trying to use Marauders to take down the lurkers. He gets one. It's a good trade. Banelings catch a ghost there, though. We can see the remains of the sniper rifles on the ground as they disintegrate and fall in. Can you imagine if corpses stayed in StarCraft 2? Like, I know it never worked with China, because, right, China made that deal where World of Warcraft, when you die, you have a skeleton that's left behind, but in China, you don't. You get a gravestone that gets left behind instead, because skeletons are, like, offensive. But here we go, tacking on in here. Banelings crashing along the left side. Man, Corruptors wiping out them Liberators. But the lurkers are still on the ground here. Lurkers doing some work. Steady targeting on the Overseer is a nice hit for sure, because that's the only detection in this group. Nope, there's another Overseer here. But anyway, ZipperTheFly manages to retake his 6 o'clock base. But yeah, I bet the reason that there are no corpses in this game and they disintegrate is for the Chinese market. I do wonder if Blizzard learned their lesson that way. But can you imagine if the corpses piled up? Like, if you could actually block off an attack path because there are so many dead Zerg corpses on the ground. I don't know if this is going to work for Railgan, man. I'm looking at it. That is okay. The lurkers, the Corruptors are owning the skies. The tanks are gone. Never mind. There is a bit of an army here for Railgan. He's got the lurkers. Ooh, a drop down here at Railgan's new source of income. He's trying to... Oh, he stood... There was nowhere to go. The medevacs are gone. The ground army is gone. ZipperTheFly has got a lurker in his mineral line. It's gone now, though. 49 to 27 army supply. Railgan hangs on to this bottom right-hand base. He's got enough to push on this, and I mean, we are backed into a corner. ZipperTheFly does not want to go home. He's not done with this game. He's kiting with 3 remaining ghosts. They are heroes. And look, blocking off the retreat path there with changelings is Railgan. Lurker showing up, a steady targeting means ghost down. Okay, what is going on here? ZipperTheFly refuses to die. He's at 24 total workers, but Railgan has this base. That is the key to victory here. His income is okay. The Corruptors aren't going to do anything versus this ground army. How many lurkers are left? No lurkers are left. Are you kidding me right now? What? Okay, never mind. There's 4 lurkers here. There's another one on the way. Sport Crawler's getting picked out. Lurker coming in, dying. Another lurker dying. Another lurker dies. Trying to split. He takes out another lurker. A couple Hydralisks arrive. Reinforcements rolling in from Zipper. I can't even see what's happening. You stupid Corruptors are in the way. How are you supposed to see what's happening there? 55 to 14 army supply. This is a planetary. This might be a different situation. The SCV's coming in. And that's, I mean, Yeah. Is it a GG? That's a GG. Railgan is your winner in 29 minutes and 44 seconds. Intense ZVT there. As Railgan doesn't want to leave the game. He's just sitting here watching this lurker kill this orbital, and then he leaves the game. All right. Wow. Hit the like button if you enjoyed that one. That was nuts. Absolutely nuts. 50 drones died. 90 SCVs died. 72 lurkers and 32 ghosts. 2 planetary fortresses. 2 orbital commands. No hatcheries down. 19 queens. 5 vipers. The 1 infestor that made died. 11 overseers. 37 tanks. 200 marines. 61,000 resources lost for Railgan, 55,000 lost for ZipperTheFly. Anytime your match gets into the 60,000+ resources lost, that's when things get amazing. Like that's when things get great, in my opinion. A 30-minute game with this many resources lost is whoosh. That's good. That is some good StarCraft. I mean, Railgan's army at the end of the day was not much. We're looking at 8 Corruptors, which really can't win the game by themselves. All that. I guess they have Caustic Spray. 2 Lurkers, 10 Hydras, and a Viper. That was it, man. That was it. And if you hadn't been able to... That was the smart thing, was the sneaking on down to take this base. If you hadn't taken this, I mean, this was mining out quickly. This is mining out quickly. And if Zipper could have held on to this and maybe retaken this, we would have had a much different game. But Railgun's creep spread was insane. Look, even now, it is pushing up on the 12 o'clock base for ZipperTheFly. That is so much creep spread. And anywhere he tried to go, he was in trouble. He got a couple good nukes off, but wasn't enough in the long run. He did, I think, everything within his power. Everything he could there. Maybe more Liberators, although the Corruptor Ball got pretty big at the end there. I'm trying to think, what could Zipper have done differently in that game? The ghosts were really good. I think they really paid for themselves. More nukes, maybe. Like he had the three Ghost Academies, so I feel like more nukes would have been really nice for him. But I don't know. We will never know. Again, ZipperTheFly, if you're watching this, let me know. We can talk. Okay, so that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.